Hi there, welcome to day 9 of the gratitude practice, and today is called the money magnet. Now I'm really excited about today's activity because I know the power of it because I've experienced it myself. Now this is not about making 6 or 7 figures or being a millionaire or anything like that. This is about the simplicity of your day-to-day life and the bills that you have to pay. And in the book, Rhonda Byrne says, gratitude is riches and complaint is poverty. And what she talks about is actually becoming aware of what you're thinking. So not just the words you're saying, but the thoughts you're having. Now, if money's tight and it's difficult to pay bills, then they become a challenge, and we pay them kind of begrudgingly, don't we? Because there's fear there in us. And what she says is the magic ingredient is to bring gratitude to turn that whole thing around. And she shares a really lovely practical way of doing that. So what she says is, if you have any unpaid bills, get those bills out and just write across them, thank you for the money, and feel that gratitude as much as you can as if you have the money to pay it. And also think about everything that you have received that bill is related to. So if it's related to, I don't know, the gas or electricity, think about the lighting, the heating, how you've been able to cook, watch the television, be on your computer, and anything else like that. So take each bill and write across it, thank you for the money. And then she says, find any that you have paid, 10 bills that you have paid, and write across them, thank you, paid. And I'd forgotten about this practice, but last time I did it, and I obviously have adopted it and I do it now. Every bill I pay, I always write across it, paid with thanks. And I feel the gratitude for the services that I've received. So it's such a wonderful thing to do. And then my personal story is at the beginning of last year, I was living in a rented property, and as a single mum being helped out by benefits, I was always very, very grateful for. But my home was damp, and I wrote down this little paragraph about how we lived in a bright and airy modern home with powerful showers and a fabulous kitchen, and that I had loads of fun with my loving partner and the girls. And I also wrote a list of 10 things that I wanted to achieve last year. And 2 of those things were some money that I owed, some to my mum and one to one of my lovely friends. I owed them quite a chunk of money and I wanted to repay it. Now, at the beginning of last year, I couldn't see how I could do that, but I wrote it down and I just gave thanks regularly. I would look at my list of 10 things. And miraculously last year, those people got repaid. So there is a magical quality. Oh, and also I moved into a beautiful new home, right, with a loving partner. So there is a beautiful quality to our gratitude, because what I did was I didn't focus completely on where I wanted to be. I wrote that and I knew that and I read it out and I felt the gratitude for it. But most of my focus was actually being grateful for what I had already. The fact that we did have food in our mouths, the fact that we did have a roof over our head. And I looked for all the things, although there were things that were not right where I was living, I looked for all the things that I could be grateful for instead. And there is always something to be grateful for. Now, this is coming from somebody who has had a near-death experience, a life-threatening illness, a massive physical disfigurement to deal with, right? And that I know that unwittingly I did it at that time, when I was ill back from 2001 with dealing with my illness and then my physical disfigurement. Didn't have all the information and knowledge that I have now, right? But I did always focus on what I could do. Now, that's not to say that I didn't get sad and I wasn't low at points and I didn't have moments of despair and why me. I certainly did, right? But that I know that what would pull me out of that hole always was to look at what I did have instead and be grateful for that. So I think that this gratitude practice is such a wonderful thing to do. And I'd posted the other video the other day about money, and somebody had commented on about how we don't need to focus on money because, you know, we need to focus on service instead. And I absolutely agree. But what I love about these practices, it feels to me, is that, you know, they're not about focusing on this crazy unsustainable way we've been living and the accumulation of riches. They're about the practice of gratitude for what we have and giving thanks for that. And that's where I think the power is for all things, you know, for our health, our vitality, the joy in our lives, and our finances too, which are a part of our life, aren't they, and a part of us living. So yeah, there we go. That's today's practice. So get out your bills. Oh, she also says if they're emailed to you, then you can just forward yourself the email again, And if you don't have the funds at the moment, write in the title, thank you for the money. And if you do have the funds and you pay it, then you write thank you, paid, or paid with thanks. So that's your practice for today. And then remember, you've got your 10 things in the morning and your gratitude stone at night for the best thing that's happened to the day, during the day. So have an amazing day today, and I will see you tomorrow. Loads of love. Bye for now.